Hey, everybody, welcome to Coffee with John. David Fishman with us today. In the travel industry for almost 40 years, owner of Cadillac, owner of Cadillac Travel Group. David, I appreciate you being on the show. I think it's so timely. It seems to me, and what I'm hearing is from as a coach and working with clients, is there was this freedom as things were beginning to lift. People were wanting to start and plan for travel. And then we hear about the Delta variant, the Delta Plus variant. And yesterday, I heard and read a little bit about the Gamma variant, which was found, I think, in the waters of St. Louis, but not in not in people. Right. And so how do you, and so there seems to be this fear in the market. So how do you plan and protect yourself in COVID times? And thanks for being on the show. Good to see you.
No, thanks for having me, John. I appreciate it. Nice to see you too. It's really important right now that you protect yourself and know the rules and restrictions when you're planning your travel. That's really the key. So working with a travel professional or knowing where to go to make sure that you know what you'll be able to do in regards to if a country or a state closes down or you can't go to that destination. What can you do? How do you protect yourself? Because if you don't plan now, things have been already going up significant in pricing, especially if you're looking at Christmas or spring break. So you do have to plan ahead, but plan ahead intelligently. Be smart. Yeah. So what you want to do is make sure you know what the rules are now, but more importantly, what the restrictions are with the hotel you may be booking at, what the restrictions are going to be with the airlines. And then the most important thing of all is take travel insurance, but know what it covers. Many of the travel insurances will not cover you if you get COVID or if you get COVID on your trip before or after. So it's really important to know the rules and know what the policy says. If you do those things, you can save money and feel comfortable planning your next vacation.
Yeah. Everything that you're talking about sounds exhausting to do as an individual. I mean, there are so many moving parts, and I'm a big believer. There's not many things I'm a do-it-yourselfer with, and maybe buying an airline ticket, but even that today with what's coming up is challenging. And so, to me, a travel agent, right? Is to me has never been more important because there's so many moving parts. It's like having an attorney read a document, right? It's if you don't have the eyes to read exactly every word and understand what it means. And so can you talk about kind of to the do-it-yourselfer mindset or to the individuals and the companies on the importance of, we're talking about plan and protect, about the protection element and how you kind of maybe take that burden, I'm assuming, off of the consumer.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, you need an advocate.
Yeah, well said.
It's like you do want that attorney that knows the ins and outs of what the legal ease is, what the language is. Anyone that's ever gone to the hospital knows you need someone there to be fighting battles for you to make sure that you're being taken care of properly. So it's the same thing, a travel professional. When you go online, I would say to people, what size shoe do you wear? People go, I wear a size 8. And I go, you don't mind if I sell you a size 6, do you? Because the internet is not interested in knowing what works for you. Right. And then at the end of the day, who's inside the box? Hello, right. Who can you talk to? On many of the websites, travel websites, there's no way to get a hold of anyone. You have to send an email, but that doesn't work because your problem's right now. You're standing at that counter at the airport. You're standing checking in at the hotel or trying to pick up a car and it's not there or it's canceled or it's changed. You need that advocate that you can pick up your phone, send an email, send a text, call, and have a live person helping you navigate these waters that have been very challenging.
Yeah.
And the other thing is if when you're online, that's difficult is that you don't know what's real and what isn't. I tell the other people, my favorite commercial, I am a French model because it says so online. So the ultimate misinformation can be presented to you, which can put you into really difficult positions while you're traveling or have nothing for you when you get there.
Yeah.
Which is really a big problem. So you need that advocate. Reach out and touch someone, know that they're there for you, And that's where a travel professional makes a huge difference right now with all the constant moving pieces.
Yeah. I mean, as you're talking, and I'm sure that anybody who hears this will, that will resonate with them with the, there's a, type in your phone number, or we have the phone number that we have is X, Y, and Z. We'll call you back in an hour and 20 minutes. We'll call you back in an hour and a half. And then by the time they call you back once or twice, you're on a phone call, you can't get to it. And then you got to go through the whole cycle again for a 2 to 5 minute conversation. So I love what you're talking about as far as being an advocate, and there is huge value in somebody, and especially in today's world, as we sit here on August 12th, 2021, a huge value in somebody actually picking up the phone that you can talk to. Recently, my family has been looking into trips for December. We talked to you and your team, and it was an incredible experience. I mean, the callbacks, the follow-up, the text messages, it felt great. I hadn't used a travel agent in a long time. And so it felt really good to kind of have that real-time person advocated on your behalf, getting you the best prices, calling the hotels, calling you right back, dealing with the airline. I mean, it was great. And I appreciate you being on the show. We're going to do part 2 of this tomorrow morning. But before we close, tell everybody who your ideal clients are, David, and how they can connect with you.
Well, the one thing that I did leave out, and the most important thing, is what people need the most, and especially many of the corporate and business people don't have enough of. The number one thing with the bullet is time.
Yeah.
So I think that in closing today, I want people to remember that their time is so valuable, and that people realize it even more now when, with everything that's happened, time is precious. So that's one of the greatest things with our knowledge and time, for a business person or an individual planning their vacation. That's hugely important for people right now. So to reach out to Cadillac Travel. We're located in Royal Oak at 12 and Woodward. We're easy to find as the thunder starts pounding in the background. At 248-358-5330, you can reach us basically 24 hours a day. We have a 24/7 service as well. So we're always available.
David Fishman, CadillacTravel.com. Give your number one more time. It was a little fast.
It is 248-358-5330 or 1-800-369-TRIP.
Oh, I like that. I want to comment real quickly on time. As a business coach, I do a lot of coaching on time management. I actually have a training and a keynote when things are live, but I do it virtually as well. And one of the things I talk about is if you can save 4 minutes a day, that's 24 hours a year. And so if you just look at things in 4-minute increments, just by saving, 4, 8, 12, 16 minutes a day, you can save almost 100 hours a year, which you can do something more productive. So to your point, why spend hours and hours and hours on the wrong path when you can be spending your time on such, things that are more important to you? I think a travel agent today is such an investment in your time and in your sanity and in clarity. And I appreciate you being on the show today and talking about it. And we will pick up tomorrow. David Fishman, CadillacTravel.com. Think community. If you need any travel plans anywhere around the country, give them a buzz. They've been great. They've been great for me. Thanks, everybody. David, appreciate it.
Hey, have a great day.